Hey, are you sick and tired of hearing about CineStill and their controversial enforcement of their 800T trademark? I know I am, says the guy that just released a 12-minute video about the subject. Listen, I've said everything I need to on the subject in that video, so if you want to hear my take on it and see all 36 frames of my last roll of CineStill 800T, click on that video, which is linked at the end of this video. So if you want to shoot motion picture film in your 35mm still film camera, but you don't want to deal with that messy remjet layer, well, you've got options, including the subject of today's video, Amber T800 film from Rito. So what exactly is Amber T800 film? It is tungsten balanced Kodak color motion picture film that's been stripped of its remjet layer and repurposed for use in 35mm still film cameras. Where have I heard that before? Look, I am not saying this is the same product as CineStill 800T. There are some clear differences. The Amber T800 comes in 27 exposure rolls as opposed to 36 exposure rolls for CineStill's product. The Amber T800 is not DX coded, although there is a sticker you can put on to use for the DX code. And I suspect on the Amber film they use a different remjet stripping process than what's used for the CineStill 800T. Now, having said all that, if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, and has halation around strong light sources, well, you get my point. So at least on paper, this Amber T800 has a lot in common with the CineStill 800T, but what do the actual images look like? Well, I'm going to share with you now some highlights of a roll of Amber T800 I shot in my Canon Rebel Ti at the Circleville Pumpkin Show. Stick around after the images and I'll share with you who I think is the perfect target audience for Amber T800. So if you've shot CineStill 800T before, you've got a pretty good idea of what this Amber T800 is going to give you. With these films being so similar, just who is Amber T800 film for? Well, I can think of a couple scenarios where it might make sense to buy this film. If you're kind of done with CineStill over the recent controversy, you may want to try out Amber T800. Or if you struggle getting through 36 exposure rolls, you might like the shorter rolls of 27 that you get with Amber T800. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you might like this film. I don't usually talk about getting film or advocate getting film off of Amazon, but sometimes you need film quick, and that free shipping is nice too. Speaking of free shipping, if you're ordering off of B&H and you don't have quite enough in your cart to get that free shipping over $49, Amber T800 might be just the thing for you to get you over that edge. You'll notice one thing I didn't mention is cost. If you factor in the fact that Amber T800 comes in 27 exposure rolls as opposed to the CineStill, which clocks in with 36 exposure rolls, you're not really saving anything with the Amber T800. So that's my take on Amber T800 film. If you want to hear me ramble on about all the details of the CineStill Cat Labs reflex controversy, click on the video popping up on the screen now. Until next time, do some good, have some fun, and shoot some film!